Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the DY Wrestling Podcast. My name is Gordon Messon, and let me start off by saying, as I, kill the music a bit, I apologize. What I apologize for is taking a complete month's hiatus without ever even saying anything. The one thing I wanted when starting this entire gig was never to sit here and just completely disappear off the face of the planet for absolutely no reason. Now, before when I came off of a hiatus and I said everything was all fine and good, things are going right in my life and everything. Yes, that was to a degree, they had gotten better from where they exactly were when I had exactly said that. But were they really better? Not really. Let me explain this a little bit. The best I actually can without getting into detail, because there's just some stuff I can't air out here. So, that being said, I legit had a lot going on to the point where it's like, yeah, I could watch stuff like Smackdown, stuff like Lucha Underground, stuff like the Royal Rumble, maybe. But the motivation to do DIY wasn't there, and I don't want to, like I've said before, this is just legit copy and paste from what I said in the past when things have come up. I don't want to come on and give a half-hearted effort. That I think the Lucha Underground review I last did, or the one before that, was probably just like half effort. I don't know. It was something, not the last one, the one before that maybe. I don't know. It was one of the last two where I didn't use my camera throughout practically the entire thing. I gave a garbage, lackluster effort. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so with that being said, I think it's honestly best that I say this. With that being said, let's really say this. The motivation wasn't there to do these things. It's not like I just said, I completely forget everybody. People don't really care about what I have to do or anything like that. Like, it's not that way. It hasn't been that way. It's not going to be that way. But yeah, we're here for SmackDown. I'm sorry that I couldn't cover the last two episodes of Lucha Underground, which honestly I feel stupid bad about. But things come up in life, and real life issues happen. Motivation kind of gets killed to do things, and don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed everything of what I've seen as of recent since I've been on my hiatus. But I mean, even NXT TakeOver, which I feel like was one of the weakest takeover, I'll say. But at the same time, I've come to the conclusion that takeovers will never be bad. That's the closest thing to a bad takeover we'll get, and it was still a pretty solid show. But SmackDown Live, let's get into that for tonight. And before I even get into that, my evaluation of the show, I'll say, was this: SmackDown honestly felt like a show. I'll turn the camera on now. SmackDown honestly felt like a show where it was basically like, hey, this is honestly, it felt like WWE was like, we need Raw to be the bigger show this week. Like, we just need it to be the bigger show. We could probably make SmackDown, something worth talking about, but no. The goal is that we need Monday Night Raw to be the show this week. We apologize, SmackDown. Hey, sorry, it is what it is. You'll get back up there at some point. But we need Raw to be the show. That's just what we need right now. So it was like a giant apology to not an apology. You basically understand what I'm saying. It was basically the WWE they need Raw to be bigger this week, and I feel as if they just basically said, "Hey, SmackDown, you're gonna be there tonight. You're just gonna be there. You're not gonna be bad. You're just gonna be one of those episodes. It's just there." Okay, so the first segment of tonight's SmackDown was basically Cena. Long story short, it was Daniel Bryan. It was not Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon, John Cena. Actually, I think Bryan and Shane were there. Either way, I didn't really get to see this segment. Honestly, it honestly just came out to the Wyatt family versus the Wyatt family being Orton and Bray versus Cena and Luke Harper, who came out to save John Cena from being jumped. And then the ending of this match, Cena eats the pin, takes the RKO from Orton. By the way, main event next week, which is just absolute, no, please, I'm begging you. Randy Orton won the Rumble. There's a chance that we could see Orton versus Cena at Rumble. And because the Samoa Joe thing happened last night on Raw, I'm just sitting here like, Please, WWE. Please, I'm begging you. I am absolutely begging you. Please do not do Cena Orton. I don't know what number, maybe like 6,000. Please do not use that or a Roman Reigns match for your main event at WrestleMania. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Anything that's not Roman Reigns, John Cena, like it's not even against Cena. Like it's like I'd take Cena Wyatt. Like if Wyatt won the championship at Chamber, well Wyatt Orton, I'd take that. I'll take anything as long as it's not Cena or like okay, not anything, but you know what I mean. You guys know the long like the drawn out stuff that we've seen before. I'll take anything but that. Please. Okay. So. Like I said, that's how the match ended. It wasn't a bad match by any means. Cena took the pin. If you just felt like this was basically the WWE saying, "Hey, we really only have 2 weeks to build to an elimination chamber. We don't really have to build." I guess we could just do I'm probably sure they're gonna do like some kind of confrontation between almost everybody next week, and just like, hey, this could happen. This person could, just everybody gets knocked out, and this person can wind up on top and win the chamber because you never know what can happen at the chamber. But otherwise, we get up next, Carmella versus Delilah Dawson, who is from Funaki's Wrestling Academy, his school basically, and Dawson basically gets jobbed out to Carmella, and for once, I'll honestly say, with Paulie D lookalike James Ellsworth, Carmella, this is honestly working for me. I'm enjoying this. I'm maybe in the vast minority there. I don't know. Like I haven't seen the general assessment of like how people think like this works, but I'm pretty sure people are just thinking like it's there. It was funny when it happened. Let's see where it goes. Like I'm enjoying Carmella and Ellsworth, honestly. It's the perfect position for Ellsworth as long as he's not sitting here in main events every other week and such and so forth. It's fine for me. Something I enjoyed here was JBL just sitting here. Yeah, I think her name was Delilah. What did I say, Delilah? No. Something like that. I thought I said Delilah from what I'm sitting here reading. But yeah, that was basically about that. And Carmella got the win. She got the win via code of silence. And let me just say, JBL ripping this girl on commentary was about the best thing ever. Like usually when JBL goes in his tangents and tirades, like it's just horrible. Like it just literally makes you want to turn off the TV because like this dude is just going on and saying the same things and like stumbling over almost every word, just embarrassing himself to the point where it's just like, dude, shut up. But this was actually pretty funny. I'll give JBL credit. It was actually pretty good. Up next we had Dolph Ziggler versus I almost said Baron Corbin. Dolph Ziggler versus Kalisto. Ziggler wins fast again. And then Apollo Crews comes down for the save. This is literally nothing worthy to me. Like this is like literally what I just said is all you need to know. Apollo Crews comes down for the save. That was literally about that. Dolph Ziggler has literally come to the point where it's like you're not going to change anything about yourself. You are a character who needs a drastic change because you at this point you're like damaged goods. Like we know you can be good. We all want you to be good. We need you to be good because we know how good Smackdown can be if you're at your very best. But then again, it's just I'm Dolph Ziggler. I'm a heel. Yeah, #heel. I'm embracing something that's supposed to be kayfabe termed in the business that about 4 or 5 years ago was cool, and nowadays we got John Cena saying I'll bury AJ Styles on pay-per-view. Like you wanted to change with the times and be a trendsetter back then. Change with the times, be a trendsetter now. Look at Matt Hardy. As controversial as the broken Matt Hardy thing is, at least if it's controversial, it gets you talking. Like Eric Bischoff's old book, Controversy Creates Cash. If you're controversial, people are talking. If you're not, and since you're not, and because you're not, people, yes, are talking, but about how they hate you, you're garbage, you get no reaction, your segments are worth nothing, and the only thing cool you've done is kick Jerry Lawler in the heart, and where did it take you? Absolutely nowhere. So at the very end of the day, Ziggler, at the very end of the day, you are literally going nowhere. You're in a limbo of nothingness. And honestly, I feel like you're just scared to really change anything seriously. It's just like, oh, if I'm a heel, these idiot fans online will sit here and cheer for me about everything good that I've done, even though realistically speaking, it's not all that it's not all that different. If I just say I'm a heel and show I'm a heel and beat up good guys, they cheer me. It's that simple. No, it's not that simple. Ziggler, you're still the same person. You still wear the same pants. You still use the same entrance. Everything is the same about you, and it's driving me and anybody else who is smart to the business and is forced to sit here and watch this crap. Not even crap. Actually, yes, what you do is absolute crap. It's making all of us annoyed to the point we don't even want to sit here and watch you. You're the reason. If SmackDown's ratings dip at any point in any hour, it's because of you. The Ziggler whatever segment, either with the Dolph Ziggler segment, is going to have the lowest number because you are just that bad. The smallest audience you had were the children left who still cheered your name on a weekly basis, and that's probably gone for you because, in all honesty, let's get real, Ziggler, you are not interesting. You do not make people. You don't engage people in anything. The last interesting thing you did wasn't even really all that interesting because of you. It was the guys who were around you who made it better. Baron Corbin, a rising star. AJ Styles. Enough said. The man. And then there's you. The last best thing you did that was interesting was the zigzag end of days. That was just incredible. But other than that, you have been a complete afterthought. Since this brand split, you've been an afterthought. When Dean Ambrose sat there and roasted you on the mic that entire promo, that entire feud, and then just beat you in that lackluster SummerSlam match. Garbage. You have been just straight garbage. But I think it's enough about the roasted Dolph Ziggler because this man, I about roasted his entire career more than it's already probably roasted now. But I digress, and we move on to Becky Lynch and Naomi versus Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Naomi gets this one with the split-legged moonsault for the win, and in all honesty, I'm completely fine with this because Becky and Mickie James, at this point, you could just have them thrusted into the Women's Championship picture and have it be believable at any point in time, whereas Naomi is a character that needs building. That's gonna have to she's gonna have to establish herself. She's gonna have to do it in the best way she possibly can, and honestly, that's about that. That's the best way she can establish herself. The best way she can establish, Naomi can establish herself the best way by simply just beating Alexa Bliss in matches like this. Why I'm not a fan of seeing Mickie James in tag matches when I feel like she needs to establish herself in a better way. Mickie James, excuse the background noise, is just people downstairs. But the best way Naomi can establish herself by beating people like Alexa Bliss. Now, what I was saying about Mickie James is I feel like I would like Mickie and Becky to be being spotlighted more, but I appreciate the fact that SmackDown Live, I can't really be mad when SmackDown, the focus of this match was basically to set up the fact that, Naomi has pinned Alexa Bliss, and it's just okay, cool. Whereas just when it's not Alexa Bliss. Whereas with Mickie and Becky, you can hold that for a while because, they really have 2 weeks to build here, and they can honestly just put a match between them on the card and just have people be okay with it because it's Becky Lynch, and then Mickie James is from the past. People know her from her 5-time Women's Champion, from her, Divas Champion. Excuse me. It's fine. It's good. It's everything's perfectly okay. Okay. Now, that being said, I feel like we could, move on here. I think we could move on here. Yeah, we could. But this match between the women, it was pretty fine. It was okay. Should it have gone as long as it did? Probably not. I mean, they went through 2 commercial breaks on it. This match went on for a while. But it is what it is. But up next, we get Natalya, who's walking through the back of security, and she doesn't want to be attacked by Nikki Bella anymore. And Daniel Bryan makes a match. Nikki Bella versus Natalya, Elimination Chamber. Am I a fan of this match? No, but what do I want to see in that match? If I have to watch it, which I obviously will, because I'll be reviewing it. We'll be doing the DIY wrestling podcast for that, obviously. But I would love to see Nikki just completely just smack Natalya around call today, because honestly, this is like Nikki Bella is Natalya's garbage. Nikki Bella is above this, honestly. If you're gonna have Becky Lynch get beat by Mickie James, also let me just state this: a Nikki Mickie feud about John Cena and what was happening between Kenny Dykstra and Mickie James and John Cena, and just how about John knows where home is. If we're gonna keep on hitting on the whole John will never do this, or haha John Cena this and Nikki Bella that, haha he's using you, haha that. Mickie James would be the perfect target. Like, if you can do the Carmella feud the same way, where you could put the hatred first, then the John Cena stuff, the petty stuff on the side second, I'm perfectly fine with that, because Mickie James could literally just like, oh, me and John did this, like they could just show the segment, oh, you left your panties in John's hotel room. Stuff like that would just about kill me. Like, I'd about die. And that's just for comedic value, honestly. Like, I just need that in my life. I need them to hit on that. I need them to go there. I need it. Oh my goodness, please. And especially this crazy gimmick Mickie James is working. And in all honesty, let me just mention this too. I know she worked crazy in the past, but I feel that they said, hey, Mickie, you need to get over. Being a babyface may not help. So we're going to make you a heel. We're going to make you crazy. But I know Mickie was crazy, but this didn't feel like her brand of crazy. It honestly felt like, since when she came back, it honestly felt like AJ Lee crazy. And I feel like they just said, hey, AJ got over with this. We know that people know you. Let's just throw this to you, and you'll get over it with. Everybody loves or is interested in a crazy female heel. This is just common knowledge. So that being said, yeah. Okay, but up next is the main event, which was set earlier up in that first segment too, which is Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles. Solid match. It basically felt the rest of the show like, it was wrestling obviously, but it wasn't like super amazing. If I'm honestly gonna rate it, I don't. Okay. Out of 10, I'm giving it a solid 6.5, 7. Like, that's what this match was like, and that was basically Smackdown in a nutshell. Like, the Miz was on commentary with Maurice, and like Miz just putting the guys over, which I really appreciate. Corbin came out, he eventually tried to shut up Miz. Miz wouldn't shut up, so Corbin and Miz started brawling. That distracted Dean to the point where AJ could hit the Styles Clash and get the win. Excuse me. He's gonna hit the Styles Clash and get the win, and then he got a dodge, and then Miz and Ambrose both got laid out by Corbin, and that was basically SmackDown. Corbin came out on top, and that was practically it. Honestly, it felt like the episode of SmackDown, like, they didn't really throw like a really good amount of effort into it. Like, it really felt like they didn't really try all that hard. Like, it really felt like we definitely need SmackDown to be the B show this week, so let's just let what happened on Raw, the couple things that we did, like Goldberg and Brock, Samoa Joe and Triple H and Seth Rollins. Let's just let that and Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Let's just mostly Kevin Owens, but Chris Jericho was a part of that too. Not even the Sami Zayn thing. Like that's not. If you're looking at what's important on Raw, what's important to creative, the United States Championship is secondary to Chris Jericho instead of them being 1-1 together. Like, that's how that's looked at. And these are little things that make me not want to review Raw. Like, and in all honesty, the way things are going for me in life right now, and like, I'm not even getting I'm in my life. I'm not even getting home until 8:30. So I have to go back and watch a lot because a lot happens in that first half an hour of Raw. Like, you get the opening segment and then probably 2 more after that. And like just watching that whole opening segment to get to feel everything, pick up little hints of where they're going and what they're doing. It's like, and what they're building to. It's honestly just a lot. So a lot would have to drastically change in the coming months for me to just consistently go back to watching Raw and reviewing it, because if you guys didn't know, like, it may just be, oh, you just doing it on the show because it's bad. Well, yes, it's bad, but then again, it's a lot of work. And if I'm sitting here working on what's going to be a bad show, and I'm sitting here just stressing myself about, gotta review Raw, and it's just straight bad, and I had a long day, and I could have went to sleep and just watched Raw later, it just comes off as bad. I just, at this moment in time, I don't want to do it. It's not what's best for me right now. Okay. So, and I know WWE usually turns it up around this time of year, but still, like, it's just like, I don't want to run the risk. But you know what? I hope you guys did enjoy this episode of the DIY Wrestling Podcast. I'm glad to be back. I hope you guys are glad to see this back here in your subscription boxes. Remember to leave a like on this video if you already haven't. Subscribe if you're not subscribed for more of that WWE goodness on my channel. And I will see you guys next time. See you.